to say um, one of my favorite like disability questions, because you get them all the time, like how did it happen, what happened, blah 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 blah, and you kind of, you get bored with the same story. So mine normally is I'm dyslexic and skint. So I had to go to a pimp. I said, we need to sell my body. I'm so broke. Turns out he was dyslexic too, and he sold my leg. The old ladies don't seem to laugh as much to that one as they do the shark attack. But yeah, one of my favourite questions of being disabled is always, were you born that way? Which I understand, because if I've got my leg on, you can't see the scar, so you could be born with one leg. So they always do that. Were you born like that? And I'm like, I hope not. I mean, my mum's seems to be okay walking. And they're like, what? And I'm like, well, if I was born like that. But no, were you born in the wheelchair? Were you born in a wheelchair? Were you born into a wheelchair? I'm like, babe, my mum hasn't got that big a vagina. No. I couldn't imagine trying to push out a baby and a wheelchair. Like, wow. How big do you think my mum is? Again, the old ladies don't tend to like them kind of things, and especially if you say the word vagina, it always seems to make them go ugh. And I'm thinking, you also have one. It's there, So anyway, this week's been crazy. I had a operation on my hand. I'll do a video about that, with trigger finger and carpal tunnel. So I'm still healing on new medication because the chemist couldn't get mine, and blah blah blah. So foggy as hell with the whole memory, and really sleepy and tired, which is why in a moment I'm going for a granny nap. Not a nap with my granny, that would be sick, but one on my own. Because I'm really tired. It's knocking me senseless. However, anyway, Gia, my daughter, is now doing sex education kind of things at school, and she came running home. We're very open and honest with each other, ish, and I've never lied to her. She asked where babies came from when she was very young. She asked me where she came from. Now, she didn't say where did babies come from. She said, where did she come from? So I didn't technically tell the truth, a lie. She was born C-section, so I showed her the scar and said, that's where you were born. I went into hospital, the doctor cut you out, my tummy, you were born. End of. We've never had to talk about it again. It's pretty simple until now. And then she was like, Mummy, you lied, because we learnt today, all about periods, and apparently a boy in class passed out, which I thought was amazing, that they're doing it all together for once. So maybe the next generation of men won't pass out at a tampon or the thought of a period. But you never know. So she came home and she was all like, you lied, you never lied to me, I'm never speaking to you again, I'm never going to trust you again, as her sassy self is. And I was like, I didn't lie, you asked where you came from and I told you my tummy, and we looked at the scar, and so exactly where you came from. And she said, you lied, because today we found out a baby comes out of their mummy's china. So technically, I was born through your china. I was born China. I'm from your China. It took me a while, because I'm thinking, what TikTok has she been watching this time? Or WhatsApp? I mean, she knows quite a few of the fidget toys that she has comes from China, and she has to wait a bit longer because, China, we don't live in China, so it has to get shipped. And she's telling everyone she's from China, and I'm thinking, baby, you're born in England. What she meant was vagina. It's a technical word for the ladies downstairs. In fact, Amazon, what is a vagina? Amazon, what is a vagina?
I have one definition for vagina in the context of biology: the muscular tube that leads from external female genitals to the cervical opening of the uterus. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. So that is the technical definition of vagina. In the context of biology, the muscular tube that leads from external female genitals to the cervical opening of the uterus. Learn something new every day. I knew that, but you know, I like learning what other people's definitions. Anyway, so Jay's going crazy. And I'm like, no, I didn't lie, you definitely were. And I showed her a video, child sensitive, of a C-section, and she was like, wow, okay, so school have lied. I said, no, because some people are born that way, some people are born the other. And I taught her that, and I do like teaching her things, you know, but I don't like her growing up so fast, because, you know, she learnt the word penis and she learnt the word China, and, you know, all these big words that she's coming out with now. So I may have done the naughty mummy routine of ignoring and not correcting her on the word China. We stick to it's your nunu. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but maybe comment down below. We just stick with what it is. And I know from doing parenting courses that you are supposed to use the actual proper word for them, so that when or if they get hurt in that particular area, everybody will know what that means. So if you call it nunu, like we always have, if somebody was to touch you inappropriately and you told your teacher that somebody touched your nunu, they wouldn't know what that meant. Whereas if you taught them the word vagina from a very young age, they could tell their teacher that their vagina hurt or somebody had touched their vagina that shouldn't have. I fully understand that, but my child is never out of my sight unless she's at school or with my mum. So, you know, she knows the word China, and she would tell me if anyone touched anything. We're very open and honest, like I said, which is why she was so upset that apparently I'd lied. Anyway, so yeah, and it seems that the older generation just don't like that word, and neither did I. I actually did used to have a problem with it, where I don't want somebody else to use that word, but if I use it, it's okay. So I use it in my comedy because it makes people uncomfortable, which is funny, but when I'm not doing it, I actually feel uncomfortable myself. I think if I was to do sex education again, especially with how open and upfront they are right now, I would probably be the next to the boy that fainted in the sick room of the school, like white as a sheet, going, oh my god, I don't want that, what? So yeah, but anyway, that was just a quick update of what's going on with me. Like I said, I'll share my surgery and what's going on with that. At the moment, having to wear this glove to take down the swelling. I had the carpal tunnel and trigger finger operated on to release it and ease some pain, which to anyone else would be absolutely phenomenal, because you know you need to get them things fixed. But pushing a wheelchair has been an absolute nightmare, very painful. The stitches are out now, so we're doing all the massage and all that crap, and I'm using a wheelchair glove. Luckily it's not so hot, but I'm hoping it doesn't get back to the heat we were having, because then it's just going to be a sweaty mess. But yeah, so I'll explain later in another video about the surgery and updates on the house, etc. But right now I just wanted to share something a little bit more fun and positive, and yeah, just a little bit of a happy me today. Even though I wasn't in the mood earlier, I was in a bit of a bad mood earlier, if I'm honest. My bad moods don't last that long, obviously, but I was in a bit of a bad mood with something that's going on that I can't explain right now. But as soon as I can, there'll be a very, very big video for that one, because it is kind of horrendous what's happening to me right now. It's just bullying at its biggest form, and just malice and horrible, and I just don't understand how people can treat people like that. You know, I wouldn't treat anyone below me as if they're, you know, like I wouldn't treat anyone as if they were below me or not my equal, because everybody's equal, you know. And it's the same thing with Gia, and you know, I want to be pretty, and I explain, you are pretty, you're stunning, and everybody has a different view. Nobody's ugly. There's always somebody out there that will see you and say, wow, you're stunning. It's the same as a clothes. You know, if you were going clothing shopping and I picked up a t-shirt that I thought was amazing, you hate it. You hate it so much. And I love it. Because we all think differently and we all see differently. So nobody's ugly and nobody is perfect. And nobody is this image that we're not trying, but it seems that is getting pushed down the kids' throats, that they have to be a certain weight, certain hair colour, certain eyes, certain whatever. And I'm trying to explain to her, because she's been called fat and ugly, that that's just not right, you know. To everyone else, she's just a person in the world. She's one person in the world. But to me, she is the world. And I tried to explain that to her, so that if someone said she's ugly, I might be ugly to you, but I'm not ugly to everybody. But then you might be ugly in my eyes. It's just a way to, maybe everyone should think a little bit different. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. Speak later. Au revoir.